If you have a toddler, you know that life with them is just an adventure, right? It's full of so much growth and fun, but also these sudden, really intense, and honestly kind of baffling fears. One minute they're scaling the couch like a superhero, and the next they're absolutely terrified of a shadow on the wall. It can be so confusing. So today, let's dive in and unpack what is really going on inside those incredible little minds.
So, does this sound at all familiar? Your kid was totally fearless, and then suddenly, almost overnight, they're hiding from the vacuum cleaner, they're positive a monster lives in their closet, or they're having a full blown meltdown over the bathtub drain. If you are nodding your head right now, I just want you to know you are so not alone. This is classic Taldeck territory.
And just look at this list: the dark, monsters, loud noises, even the sound a bath drain makes. I mean, to us, it can seem completely irrational. But here's the thing: for your toddler, these fears are 100% real. Seeing this list should be a relief. It shows you're right on track with typical development. Okay, so let's get to the most important question. Why is this happening? It's not random, and it is definitely not a sign that you're doing anything wrong as a parent. It all comes down to the incredible and sometimes wild way their brain is developing right now. This right here, this is the absolute key to understanding everything. Your toddler is in what developmental psychologists call the pre-operational stage. And honestly, it's a pretty magical time where they believe that a toy has feelings or a shadow can come to life. The line between what's real and what's imaginary is just super blurry. And that's exactly why you can't just say, honey, monsters aren't real, and have that solve the problem. In their world, they could be. I love this analogy because it makes it all make sense. Think of your toddler's brain like a car. They have a fully installed, top-of-the-line alarm system, the amygdala. It is fantastic at detecting any potential threat, which is why their fear can go from 0 to 100 in like half a second. But the brake pedal, the part that says, hey, calm down, let's think about this rationally, that's the prefrontal cortex, and it's literally still under construction. So you've got all gas and no brakes. Okay, so their internal brake pedal is still being built. This is where you come in. You, the parent, are their external brake pedal. Your most powerful tool in all of this is your ability to be their calm, secure base. And this isn't just a nice idea about cuddles. This is biology. It's a survival system hardwired into them. When a toddler feels a threat, real or imagined, their attachment system fires up and they run to you. And get this, your calm, steady presence literally helps deactivate the fear center in their brain. It soothes their nervous system. And once they feel safe with you, their secure base, it gives them the confidence to go out and be brave again. It's a really beautiful and powerful cycle. So we know these fears are super common, but at some point, every single parent wonders, okay, but is this much fear normal or should I be worried? Well, research actually gives us a pretty clear roadmap for telling the difference. Let's just start with this number because it is so reassuring. For 90% of toddlers, all these big, intense fears are a totally normal, temporary part of growing up. In fact, they're a good sign. It means they have a healthy, developing imagination, and their attachment system is working exactly the way it's supposed to. But there is a small group, about 10%, where the pattern of fear looks a little different. Researchers have a term for it: dysregulated fear. And it's this specific pattern, not just the fear of monsters itself, that's worth paying a little closer attention to. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's fear that seems to pop up out of nowhere, in situations that are totally safe and familiar. The intensity is just way off the charts. And here's the most important part. Your comfort and reassurance don't really seem to help calm them down. It's this specific pattern, when it happens over and over, that researchers have found can sometimes be an early predictor of anxiety challenges down the road. This chart is basically your field guide. The real difference isn't what they're afraid of, it's how they're afraid. So look at the columns. Can you comfort them? Is there a clear trigger, or does it happen out of the blue? Does it seem to be fading over time, or is it actually getting worse and starting to really interfere with things like sleep or play or just general family life? If you're checking off a lot of boxes on the right side of this chart, it might be worth bringing up with your pediatrician. Okay, so let's get practical. What do we do in the moment? Because how we respond is so critical. Our response can either help them build resilience, or it can accidentally make that fear even bigger. Think of this as your cheat sheet. The goal here is to find that sweet spot between validating their feeling without validating the thing they're afraid of. So we say, wow, that was a loud noise. I can see that you're scared. Instead of, oh, don't be silly.
We offer a hug, we stay calm ourselves, that's co-regulation, but we also don't completely over-accommodate by, throwing out the vacuum. Instead, we gently expose them. Hey, let's watch the vacuum from all the way over here. We empower them, we don't shame them.
When you are right there in the middle of a fear-fueled meltdown, you don't need some complicated strategy. Honestly, the most powerful and immediate tool you have is your own breath. Remember, you're their external brake pedal. So when you slow your breath down, you're sending a signal to their nervous system that they can slow down too.
And this is just a wonderful, super playful way to do it. You don't even have to call it a calming exercise. Just grab a little stuffed animal, put it on your own belly, and take a big, slow breath in so the animal rises up, and then breathe out so it falls back down. Then, just invite them to join. Hey, can your teddy bear go for a ride too? It's not about them doing it perfectly. It's about you modeling that calm and just sharing that peaceful moment with them. So, what does this all boil down to? Here's the truth. You can't logic your child out of their fear. You can't reason it away. But what you can do is be their anchor in the storm. Your consistent, calm, loving presence is what teaches their developing brain over and over that the world is a fundamentally safe place, even when it feels a little scary. You are their safety net. So as we finish up, I just want to leave you with this one thought to take with you. Tonight, when the shadows in the bedroom get a little long, or there's a strange noise from downstairs, how are you going to be their secure base? Because now, knowing what you know, you've all the tools you need to help them feel safe and brave.